Hey, what's up guys, Sir Emanon here, and welcome to another future match commentary on the channel today. So this is going to be round 3 from the 9th edition of my online Discord tournament, and this time it's going to be between BurritoMan93 on Dragon Link versus Just Griffin on Madolche. And as usual, if you do want to participate in the next tournament, which will be taking place after the July ban list, whenever we get that, definitely feel free to check out my Discord server. You can find that link in the description below as per usual. But let's get started here with this matchup without any further ado. So it looks like Madolche won the RPS here, so they're going to be choosing to go first. And then the opening hand for Madolche going first is going to be Ice Dragon's Prison, Prod of Prosperity, Angeli, Mageline, and Solemn Strike. So this hand looks really solid for sure. Has Mageline, which is a 1-card starter, has Prosperity to kind of help balance the hand a bit, and 2 very strong defensive traps. So the hand overall looks very solid. And then the opening hand for Dragon Link going second is going to be World Legacy Guard Dragon, Ash Blossom, Chaos Space, Levianeer, and Dark Ruler. So hand here also looks pretty good. Has a couple of, well, primarily it's going to be Chaos Space for now, being the main dragon starter, but has Ash, which is decent in the matchup. And then Dark Ruler I don't think is the best, especially given this hand, but it could be decent against like the Glassiflay, because that effect is definitely relevant here. So we are going to see a normal summon of Mageline. That effect is going to be Ashed, so just banking on not having the Petting Sasur. So next he's going to fire off Prosperity. That's going to banish 6, so probably just trying to dig for it. And we do actually find the Petting Sasur. So that's the extender that'll kind of unlock the hand here. So going to take those. And actually, let's look at the banish real fast as well. We see Dweller, which is interesting. Gaia Dragon, so playing Zeus. Access Code, Rafflesia, Almirage, and Lambda. So Rafflesia, I wonder if that means that he's on the Gravedigger's Trap Hole. I mean, obviously he has to be on a target. That one makes the most sense. I wonder how often that comes up, given the fact that you have some archetypal locks in the deck. But I'm not really an expert on this deck. And I know Griffin's been playing this deck for many years, so gonna trust his judgment for sure. Gonna go for Petting Sasur next, and then that's gonna activate on the field to summon a copy of Angeli from deck. And then Angeli is gonna attribute itself to summon a copy of the Hcabe from deck. And then from here, gonna overlay into Glassiflay. So that was the 5th summon. So in the off chance that there was a Nibiru in the hand, this could protect one of the monsters. And also this would protect like the Hcabe from potentially like an Imperm or like a Gamma or something. So definitely pretty good. Gonna go for Hcabe. That's gonna banish the Angeli. And then that's gonna summon a copy of the Messengelata from deck. And then that effect's gonna trigger here. So it's going to add a copy of Salon from deck to hand. And then from here, gonna activate Salon, set the traps, and then go to end phase. Gonna activate the Glassiflay, targeting one of his own monsters, and then gonna use the second effect. That's gonna shuffle back the Petting Sasur as well as the Ash. And then Salon triggers because the Petting Sasur was recycled back, so that gets to set Promenade from deck. So 4 interruptions, which is definitely pretty solid, especially through Ash. So we're gonna see a pass, and then the top deck from Dragons is gonna be Quick Launch. So there's another extender, which the hand was kind of missing, so definitely not bad. Gonna start things off with a Dark Ruler. Gonna choose to let that go through. Yeah, I think that like of the interruptions, this is probably the weakest one here. It's the one that's most conditional, I should say. So gonna go for Quick Launch next. That's gonna resolve for a copy of Rocket Tracer, and then going to link away for a copy of Striker Dragon. And it looks like he's gonna use Solemn Strike in that, and it appears to be on summon, because BurritoMan didn't declare the effect. So I wonder what Griffin's thought process is here, especially because it wasn't like the normal summon that was used for that Striker Dragon. So any like normal summon of a dragon gets there, like a Chamber or Seyfert, or like another Tracer, for example. And obviously there's like the World Legacy Guard Dragon and Chaos Space. So I do wonder what the motivation behind striking that early is. I feel like this could have been maybe held. But maybe just considering his other interruptions and trying to use this early on. Pretty interesting though. So we're gonna see a World Legacy Guard Dragon that's gonna bring back the Tracer. Gonna choose the Ice Dragon's Prison here, and then BurritoMan's gonna chain the Tracer in response. So it's gonna pop World Legacy Guard Dragon to summon a copy of Rocket Synchron, and then that's going to banish the Synchron. And okay, so if the Striker Dragon was being summoned and then banished, that means the strike wasn't used on the summon, it was used on the effect. Yeah, the effect of Striker Dragon was never declared in chat, either by the mechanics of DB or like just them typing. So that's why I assumed it was on summon. Okay, so that strike makes a lot more sense then. Yeah, because cutting off Boot Sector Access definitely is important. Yeah, Definitely, yeah, you definitely wouldn't use strike just on summon there. Yeah. Because yeah, if that was the case, just to clarify, Ice Dragon's Prison wouldn't be able to target the Striker Dragon since it wasn't summoned properly. So with that out of the way, we're going to go for another copy of Striker Dragon and... Oh, wait. Wait, hold on. Striker Dragon add Chaos Space. Wait, what's happening? Okay, wait, so that's a misclick. And then going to add Brute Sector. Okay, wait, so the strike was on the summon. Okay, so this Striker Dragon should not have been able to be targeted. And... yeah, that was the only dragon in grave at the time, actually. So, yeah, that's actually something that should be clarified for sure. Because you saw I was super confused, right? Of like when the strike was being used. Like, was it used on the summon or on the effect? That's something you definitely need to clarify. Because in the case of stuff like Ice Dragon's Prison, that was actually not a legal activation. Because if the only dragon in grave was Striker Dragon, then there's just no legal target. So, just definitely something for you guys to know at home. We're going to go for Brute Sector Launch next. That's going to go and summon from graveyard a copy of the Rocket Tracer, and then going to go for Chaos Space, pitching Levianeer. That's going to be met with Promenade, obviously last card. So that is definitely pretty solid. So going to bounce the Angeli as well, and that triggers a Salon too, so it's going to be able to set another copy of Promenade, and that is definitely very good. Chaos Space will be able to trigger here, so that's going to put back the Striker Dragon and then draw into Quick Launch. That's not a bad rip. So that's going to go and be activated next. So that's going to go for Recharger. It says sad with an exclamation point. These guys know each other, so there's some banter in chat. But going to go for Chaos Ruler. Yeah, I think you kind of just have to high roll and hope that it's good enough. Maybe trying to hit Seifert. The Dragon Maid package will be good here as well. Alright, so that's going to mill 5. Hey, there's a Seifert. That's not bad. So I cannot actually recall if there was a normal summon used this entire time. Let's think. It was Quick Launch and a Tracer, and then War Dog's a Guard Dragon, and then there was Chaos Space Pitch Levy. Those were the cards, right? And then there was Ash Dark Ruler. Yeah, so I don't think we've normal summoned. So this should be pretty good. Oh, okay, they're actually checking that right now. All right, cool. So they're checking the log. Yeah, they haven't normal summoned yet. Yeah, so gonna go for the Seifert right here. And then normal summon, gonna go for Seifert. And then gonna proceed to battle phase. So gonna attack over the Glassiflay. Yeah, so that interruption hadn't been used. Actually, no, it was negated by Dark Ruler anyways. Yeah, so it didn't really matter. Gonna go into main phase 2. Striker Dragon's gonna activate, targeting itself in Recharger. Then Recharger effect is gonna bring back the Rocket Tracer. And then gonna go for Borreload Savage Dragon. And then Savage to equip Striker. Was there a reason that he didn't go for Seifert's effect? Because I could have added a baby Chaos Dragon and then could have turned like Striker plus the Chaos Ruler into like a Romulus or a Seal and then just go for the whole Guard Dragon play. Maybe there's just not enough good... oh no, there's Chamber still left in deck too. So that could have gotten to Chamber Axis, and then it could have gone to the Recharger to bring back Tracer and then go for a Savage at the end of it. So that should have ended on Seal Savage tidying, unless if I am missing something. If I am, definitely be sure to comment. But I think that that's what this should have been. Yes. Seifert's going to add back Levy. And then going to go ahead and pass. We're going to see a top deck Chateau for a turn. So, I mean, that's not ideal, but it's fine. He already has enough setup here, especially with the Angeli in hand. But he has Hcabe set up as well. So Hcabe is going to activate. That's going to banish the Glassiflay. And then summon out a copy of Petting Sasur. And then Petting Sasur is going to activate, and yeah, he's just going to concede from here. So pretty interesting game one. Some very interesting decisions from both the players. So I was like super confused about that strike, but it ended up being apparently on the summon because the effect of the second Striker Dragon was activated. So I think striking the effect would have made more sense personally. And then I'm still not sure what happened with the Seifert there. So maybe I'm just missing something completely. Again, that does happen. So I like to give players the benefit of the doubt. So let me know in the comments if there's something that I just missed there. But we're going to move into game 2 here, where it looks like Madolche is going to be forced to go second because Dragon Link's going to choose to go first. And if you guys are enjoying this video, please be sure to drop a like and subscribe if you want to see more. And let's move into game 2. So the opening hand for Dragon Link is going to be Rocket Synchron, Chaos Space, Brute Sector Launch, Tracer, and Chamber. So sucks to draw Brute Sector, obviously, but this is a very solid hand. Not really much to say. And then the opening hand for Madolche going second is going to be Ice Dragon's Prison, Double Promenade, Mageline, and Ticket. So keeping in a fair amount of traps going second. Maybe there's just not enough hand traps in the side deck, or there's already enough in the main deck and there's not enough cards to side out, which is probably the more likely case. But in any case, there's not really any dedicated go second cards in this hand, so Dragon Link is going to just be able to full combo. We're going to see normal summon of Chamber, and then that effect is going to be used for a copy of Tiding, and then they're going to go for a copy of Striker Dragon. No effect because Boot already in hand. Going to go for Chaos Space, pitching Rocket Synchron, add Wyver Burster. And then from here, they're going to special summon Wyver Burster by banishing the Rocket Synchron. They're going to link summon into a copy of Erratic Seal, triggering the Wyver Burster, and then going for Collapse Serpent. They're then going to special summon Collapse Serpent, banishing Wyver Burster, and then Chaos Space to put it back to draw into a copy of Red MD. Okay, that's pretty good. Going to go for a copy of LP, and then trigger the Collapse Serpent for Wyver Burster. And then they can Brute Sector out this Tracer and then just go into the full Guard Dragon play. They're then going to link summon into a copy of Striker, and then LP effect is going to summon out Brotar. Brotar going to pitch Wyver Burster for Levianeer. They're then going to banish LP for Red MD. Red MD bring back Tracer, going to go for Pisty. Going a bit faster because you guys have seen these combos a billion times already. Pisty bring back Striker, going to link for Romulus. Romulus is going to add Ravine, so they're probably playing Appaloosa here if they're going this combo. Yeah, they're going to go into Appaloosa, so that's a free material. Going to go for Levy next. That's going to banish 3 Darks and then hit from the opponent's hand a copy of Promenade, so definitely fine. Going to go Tracer into Recharger for popping Boot Sector, and then going to Synchro Summon a copy of Savage Dragon. That's going to equip from the graveyard a copy of Romulus, giving it to 2 counters, and then going to set Tiding and pass. So this is pretty solid for sure. We're going to see a top deck Messenger Gelato, which isn't really going to help, I don't think. Unless if, I guess, there's a way to... not really. I don't think it's going to help too much in this case. They're going to activate Ticket here, and then going to go for a normal summon of Mageline. And then that effect is going to be negated by Appaloosa. They're going to go into Battle Phase, attack over Seal, and then in response, Seal is going to go and bounce the Mageline. Ticket does trigger off of that. Yeah, when a Madolche card is returned from your side of the field or grave to your hand or main deck by a card effect, you can add a Madolche from your deck to your hand. So that actually gets access to like Petting Sisor, which isn't too bad. I think it maybe would have been worth it for Seal to bounce Romulus there. Because yeah, you lose the attack boost, but that's not a big deal. Or it could have just bounced the Ticket itself. But anyways, we're going to see an ad of the Petting Sisor, followed by the resolution of the Seal Graveyard effect for Seyfert. Maybe I just wanted to keep the Seyfert on board. But they already went through the Chaos Dragons as well. So I don't think it would have been too much of a difference. But anyways, I think Dragon still wins this game. Gonna go for Petting Sisor from hand, and then on field, that's probably gonna be negated by Appaloosa here. And then gonna go in set 2. End phase, gonna Tidying back the Levy, and then going to hit the Ice Dragon's Prison. That's definitely a good hit. And then gonna draw for turn a copy of Quick Launch. So main phase, you're gonna go Tidying effect to bring back the Chamber, and then Chamber effect to search, and that is gonna be the end of game 2. So yeah, Griffin just choosing to scoop it up there. So yeah, that's pretty expected when Dragon Link full combos and you just don't have any go second cards, which is why a lot of people are probably sick of the deck by now. Yeah, so let me know in the comments, by the way, what you guys want to see hit from this deck, if anything. I know some people are actually fine with this deck, but others I know are like completely just done with this deck. So let me know if you guys want to see like an LP hit or like Striker. I've seen Seal, I've seen Quick Launch, I've seen all sorts of hits that people have suggested. So let me know down below what you guys think in particular. But let's move into game 3, and we're going to see Madolche choosing to go first. And before we get started, just want to shout out my patrons as usual. So thank you all so much for supporting the channel. Definitely means a lot. And if you guys are interested in supporting the channel via the Patreon, you can check out the link to that in the description box below. But in game 3 here, we're going to see the opening hand for Madolche going first. It's going to be a copy of Hcabe, Messenger Gelato, Petting Sisor, Prosperity, and Ash. So hand looks pretty solid. Not really too many traps this time around, unlike in game 1. So this is probably what the Prosperity is going to try and dig for if all the plays resolve. And then the opening hand for Dragon Link going second is going to be Tracer, World Legacy Guard Dragon, Chamber, Ash, and Cosmic. So actually, no traps kind of lines up pretty well against this Cosmic here. But yeah, Ash could definitely be good again, depending on when it's timed. Otherwise, hand is pretty solid. Gonna go for a Petting Censorian hand that's gonna summon itself to the field, and then its on-field effect is gonna activate, and that's gonna be Ash right there. That's probably one of the better times to use it. Gonna go for Prosperity, and then that's gonna go and banish 6. Let's see if they're the same ones. I believe they are the same ones, if I'm not mistaken. No, I think this was the Traptrix of Flesia last time instead of Asa. So gonna go and hit a whole bunch of things. So let's see. Can go for, I guess, Magdalene if you want to like go on for Glassiflay and then like end on something for next turn, but then you're kind of low in defense. Maybe you take Striker Nibiru to like complement the Ash and hope it gets there. This is kind of a tough call. Alright, so he's gonna choose to take Solemn Strike, which is unfortunate because there's gonna be Cosmic in hand for it. But that's kind of just the 50-50 there. So we're gonna see a normal summon a Messenger Gelato, and then just gonna overlay into Glassiflay, and then gonna set Strike and pass. So yeah, I guess it makes sense. I forgot that there was 2 Cake in hand already, so not really any need to go for the Magdalene since this is the follow-up play. So yeah, that's definitely fair enough. So yeah, it's Strike Ash, and then we're gonna say top deck to Tracer. So yeah, Cosmic is gonna put in work here. It's kind of weird because like no matter what you took it or take out the Prosperity, your opponent knows that you have it. So it's like either this or Nibiru. Not really sure what would have been better, to be honest. Because yeah, you can make Glassiflay unaffected by your own monster effects as well, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, so you can make it unaffected by Nibiru, which is pretty interesting. But yeah, the Cosmic against Strike was just kind of unfortunate. We are going to see a copy of Chamber being normal summon, and that's going to go and search for Brute Sector launch. Oh wait, yeah. Hold on a second. I just like totally commentated over that and didn't even process. Wait, hold on a second. Chamber at Brute Sector. That happened twice this match already. Added the wrong thing. So gonna go for Tiding instead, and then gonna go for Striker. Yeah, I'm with you there. I actually also thought one step ahead. Gonna go for Striker, and then that's gonna add Brute Sector launch. And then from here, gonna go for World Legacy Guard Dragon, and then gonna go into a copy of Chamber off of that. And then those two are gonna be linked summoned for a copy of Romulus. Romulus is gonna add from deck to hand a copy of Dragon Ravine. And then Ravine effect is gonna pitch Tracer, and then that's gonna be met with the Ash. So choosing to use it here instead of at any earlier point or holding it for later, it's kind of rough. Maybe the thought process is like trying to cut off Tracer access, although I don't think you would pitch Tracer if you didn't already have it. Or maybe he's just trying to stop, not really sure, maybe like Brotar access as well. But yeah, I don't think the singular Ash anyways would have done enough. Gonna go for Boot, and then Boot Sector is gonna summon from hand the other Tracer, and then Tracer is going to go and summon a copy of Recharger. They're gonna go into a copy of Elpie. Up looks like Griffin's thinking, so he still has the Glassiflay interruption. But it's not really gonna change the equation here, I don't think. Yeah, gonna go for Elpie, and then gonna go into a copy of Striker Dragon. Yeah, so okay, so yeah, gambled and lost. I think that's referring to the Ash timing. Yeah, it's tough because like I guess even if you Ash Elpie here, it's not that big of a deal if your opponent has another extender. Which if the Ravine resolved, that would have been the other extender. So like that would have just made Pisty anyways, or like Striker Dragon to go like Recharger and go Pisty, and that would have made Sword. There's like a lot of ways for this deck to make game. So I think it was like a fine time to Ash. I mean, you don't have perfect info anyways. But yeah, Ash by itself was never really going to beat this, I don't think. Gonna go Elpie into Brotar. Brotar gonna pitch the Tidying for Levy. I guess Ash on this would have been better because this got to like Levy as an extender and Tiding Engrave, which is another extender. So that's like 2 bodies, whereas Ravine would have been 1 extender at max. So maybe that probably was a better time, but I still think again it wouldn't have changed too much. Gonna go into Sword here, and then gonna be thinking. Then gonna summon out Levioneer. That's gonna banish 3 darks, and then that's gonna hit out of the hand the Hoot Cake. and then they're gonna go and chain Glassiflay in response, right? Yeah, in the chain is gonna be Glassiflay. So that's gonna shuffle back after. Okay, so it doesn't target, so Burrito is gonna chain Tiding to the Glassiflay. So on resolution, it's gonna shuffle back the Tracer and Recharger. And then Brotar is going to turn into Pisty, and then Pisty is going to go and summon out Tracer. And then those are going to turn into a copy of Savage Dragon, and that's going to equip Romulus. And that is going to be the match. Yeah, so looks like Dragon Link is going to take this one 2-1. Yeah, because this would have attacked over, gained the boost, and then these 3 attack for game. Yeah, so definitely a pretty interesting match for sure. Actually, quite a fair amount of back and forth for the most part. I think Game 3 didn't have as much interaction. Well, games 2 and 3 both like kind of had less interaction, but yeah, that's kind of just the struggle of kind of like if you don't have enough defense against Dragon Link, then you just kind of lose, which is unfortunate. But that's just how it goes, and again, kind of the reason why a lot of people just want this deck to be hit already. But in any case, that's going to be it for the video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed. If you did, be sure to leave a like as well as any thoughts or feedback in the comments. Subscribe for more informative and competitive Yu-Gi-Oh content. If you want to, you can follow me on all social media platforms or support me with links in the description as usual. And until next time, I'll catch you in the next video. See you guys.